Hi, this is Tim Thornton, Austin Realtor. Wanted to update you on what's happening in the Austin marketplace, both year-to-date as well as Q3 numbers, on video this time around, so that we can have a little conversation here. The Austin marketplace is still growing, so we still have positive job growth. We still have a lot of people coming into the area for high-tech jobs. Venture capital dollars are growing in the Austin area. Healthcare, of course, is growing in this area, as it usually does when you have a growth area. And our blooming entertainment industry that has taken off over the last 10 years is really getting legs as well. And so lots of good industries, lots of good things that are happening in the Austin marketplace. As we look at our sales for our year-to-date sales, today, by the way, is October 17th. 2011. We've had 16,662 sales at the time that I ran these numbers a little bit earlier today, and that may have changed by a few houses by now. And so just looking at single-family residence, homes, houses, looking at condos and townhouses. So there are some things that are not included in that. And so the numbers are actually a little bit higher than the numbers that we have here, but this will give you a real good feel for kind of what's going on in the marketplace. So 16,000, let's call it 16,700 houses that have sold. About 10% of the houses that have sold are actually in the condo, townhouse category across the greater Austin area. The median home price for all of that collection of homes is just under $200,000, about $196,000. Now, if we look at this in terms of geography, those houses that have an Austin address take up about 50% of those homes that are sold. Those houses that have Williamson County addresses, predominantly Round Rock, Cedar Park, and Georgetown, take up another 29% in the Williamson County area. The Travis County number, in those Austin numbers, the Travis County number is actually a little bit higher than just the Austin number. In Travis County last year we saw, or this year, year to date, we've seen about 58% of the houses were in Travis County and about 29% in Williamson County. So as we look at those numbers, there are some distinctions and differences between homes sold closer into town in Travis County and homes that are sold outside of the periphery on the edge of the Austin city limits or the Austin area itself. Travis County homes on average, or the median home, is just under about 1,900 square feet, about 1,870, and sales, closed price, not list price, for about $220,000 in just under 50 days, about 48, 49 days. Those are 3-bedroom, 2-bath houses, or the median homes. So in Williamson County, if you want a little bit more, you want a little bigger house for a little less money, in Williamson County you can get the median home for about $173,000, and it'll be a little bit larger. It'll be about 2,066 square feet. It's still 3 bedrooms, 2 baths. So if you're willing to drive a little bit further, if you don't live and work in downtown Austin, and you're working in the Round Rock, Cedar Park, Georgetown, or some of the Williamson County areas, then you can get a little bit more for your dollar. So about 20% less for the house for a medium-priced home, and about a 10% bigger house. So a little more bang for your buck there, if that is what you're interested in. Currently in active inventory, the homes that are currently for sale, we have just under 9,500 homes that are for sale in the greater Austin area in those categories: single family, townhouses, and condos. That's about 33% lower inventory than I reported on my blog on June 23rd of this year. So that's a pretty dramatic dip, or pretty dramatic loss in number of homes. So a lot of those houses have actually gone under contract, have sold, closed, and are currently pending. And so inventory is low, so your takeaway for that is, if you're thinking about selling your house in the Austin area, now might be a really good time for us to talk about putting your house on the market, because the inventories are low. Now, of those 9,500 or so houses that are on the market, about 2,200 of those homes are in the luxury category. Now, I define the luxury market as beginning at 2 times the median home value in a marketplace. So if our median home value is $200,000, our luxury market begins at $400,000. And then I segment the premium luxury market, the market above $1 million, as a separate subcategory of the luxury market. So right now, about 24% of the homes that we have for sale are luxury homes. 2 times the median home value and above. If you look at what has sold in the luxury market this year, we've had almost the same number, 2,279 homes, or about 14% of the total sold homes that have sold in the luxury market at $400,000 and above this year. Now, if you look at that segment of the marketplace, and you divide that out and look at the median of the luxury marketplace, the median home price is about $525,000. So you can get a wonderful luxury home for a little more than $500,000 in the Austin marketplace. These houses are selling pretty fast at about the same speed that the general market is, just a few days more. Literally about 53 days is the median days on market this year for the luxury marketplace. And I also like to look at, just because I think it's kind of fun and I think it's interesting for people that are not familiar with the Austin market, the most expensive homes that have sold. The most expensive home that has sold this year, year to date, not the most expensive one that's been listed by far, the most expensive home sold was $7.25 million. If you look at the top 10 most expensive homes that have sold this year, they total almost $50 million. There are some similarities between these homes. Most of them are quite large in size, 7 to about 13,000 square feet. And then most of these homes, in fact all of those top 10 homes, actually have tremendous views of our lakes, from Spicewood all the way to downtown Austin on Lake Travis and on Lake Austin, with some beautiful, beautiful views in those luxury homes. Pending contracts, contracts that have been written but haven't closed yet. So they've been written in the last hours, days, or weeks, but are on their way to closing. We have almost 2,600 pending contracts right here, right now. If you add that to the houses that have sold already this year, we are sitting already at about 19,000 plus houses that have sold or will sell. In fact, a little more than 19,000 houses that have sold or will sell, not including the houses and the contracts that have yet to be written. So as I look at my crystal ball and I do a little bit of forecasting and a little bit of guessing, it looks like this year is probably going to be a stronger year than last year, where we closed 19,687 houses in this category, single-family condo and townhouses. Looks like we're probably going to get kind of close to, and maybe past 2009 numbers. Probably not past them, but maybe past those numbers, which were about 20,500 houses. I don't think we're up to the 2008 numbers yet. I don't think we're going to get up to the close to 22,000 homes that were sold. I think that's a little bit too optimistic. We would just have to have gangbuster, unheard of Q4 for that to happen. But the bottom line is, sales are good. So the market's good, sales are good. We're probably going to pass, I think we're most assuredly going to pass our 2010 numbers. We may pass our 2009 numbers as well. So one last look at this, one last slice of the data and numbers. You know, Mark Twain said there are 3 kinds of liars: liars, damn liars, and statisticians. And so anytime we're talking about stats, I think of Mark Twain. So let me talk about stats now. Again, Q3 2010, the Q3 numbers were a little bit soft. Not horrible, but a little bit soft. Median home value was good, $200,000. Been very steady for a number of years now. Price per square foot was actually pretty good, about almost $103 a square foot, and houses were selling and an average or a median of about 51 days. And those houses on average were just under 2,000 square feet, about 1984. We sold 4,662 homes, 4,662 homes in Q3 of 2010. This year, home values have dropped a few percentage points. It's about 100, median home value in Q3 of this year is about 100, just under $193,000. The price per square foot has dropped about $3 a square foot in those statistics. Days on market the same, about 51 days on market. A little bit smaller house, about a 2% smaller house. I'm not sure that really registers on a scale. But the big number that really shifted outside of the norm here is that we've had a 28% increase in the volume of sales Q3 over Q3. And so we've sold almost, in Q3 of this year, we sold almost 6,000 houses. And so that's a pretty large chunk difference between those two. 2 or 3% here or there, I think falls into that Mark Twain category. You know, it's only good for political elections and statisticians and analysts and financial forecasters. I'm none of those things. In fact, I'm not very good at numbers, to be quite frank with you. So, but if we look at real numbers and real change, 28% change says something did happen. Something really did. A switch flipped somewhere. Something changed. Something shifted somewhere. So, small drop in price, big shift in volume, strong contracts that are pending, strong volume of contracts. Luxury market, I believe, is still strong in the market, in the Austin marketplace, and getting stronger. Jobs are growing. People are still moving to Austin. Austin has always been a wonderful place and a neat place to live, and I think becomes an even more interesting place every day with our growing entertainment industry. And so if we can get a little bit of water in the lakes now, the world will be perfect. So if you would like more information about any of these statistics, any of this information about buying your home in the Austin area, about selling your home in the Austin area, I would be delighted to chat with you about your Austin real estate needs. Thanks so much.